Congratulations. Red Notice is finally about to be here for everyone. It's got to feel great knowing these action scenes and how much goes into them with you, Gal, Dwayne, specifically together. What didn't we see on screen? What were some of the moments that happened with you guys behind that? Was there anyone that stuck out in particular?
Yeah, I was genuinely shocked because usually when I'm shooting, movies like this, which are meant to be sort of action comedy adventure type of fare, I play around a lot on set. I mean, I was half the things I was saying to Dwayne or Gal were just to sort of make them laugh in the moment, and I was shocked at how many of those moments stayed in the movie. Yeah, I really wasn't expecting that. That was a shock. And the other thing I think people don't know is just how challenging it was for our crew in Atlanta. I'm talking the behind the scenes film crew who were all sequestered. I mean, the entire crew was sequestered in lockdown. Some of whom were, just a mile away from their families and couldn't see them for over 2 months. I can't even begin to words are too clumsy to express that kind of sacrifice and challenge for them. So, these are some of the things that go into movies that I think a lot of people aren't really aware of, particularly in the strange times we're living in over the last couple of years. So that was really intense. And so this movie I'll always hold this in high esteem because of the incredible sacrifices that so many people on that crew made to get this movie done.
So yeah, I like that. I didn't know anything like that happened, and of course, what we've all been going through the last 2 years. So, shout out to everyone behind the scenes who brought this to life as well. The bonding on set, you and Dwayne, pretty tight, right? We've worked together multiple times. Do you remember the very first time and your first impression of him meeting him?
The first time I met him, weirdly, was about 21 years ago. We were in Cancun together. Now, you're too young for this, but back in the day, they did MTV Spring Break, and that's where everybody went to promote their movies. Like, that was the thing you would go do. And so Dwayne was there for Scorpion King, and I was there for Van Wilder. And we met, and we ended up flying home together. He was going back to Florida, and I went with him back to Florida. I stopped there, had a layover, and then headed back home. But that was the first time we became fast friends. And then ever since then, we've been buddies. But it wasn't until Hobbs and Shaw we finally really worked together. And that's where we talked about Red Notice. That was the first time I'd ever heard of Red Notice, was sitting in the middle of that scene in between takes talking about this.
We'll always have MTV Spring Break.
Oh my God. You know what? I'm fine that we don't.
You're like, that's fine. Leave it where it was at. Don't bring that back.
Yeah. Yeah.
And what about, again, with Gal, like working with her? Again, she's so, excuse my words, badass. But do you remember the moment you first met her and then just the working experience?
Yeah, well, I met her 10 years ago, but I've never seen this side of her that she brings out in the movie. She's like Cary Grant. She's just like she's so at ease and so comfortable and really at play with all of her surroundings at all times in the movie. And it was really, I would get caught watching a lot. I would sort of go up on my line because I was just sort of staring at her, wondering what she was gonna do or say next. And that's something I really loved about seeing her be so loose and nimble with comedy and just at play. It was really wonderful.
No, and it shows on screen, obviously. I think everyone's going to have a great time. It's a good ride to watch this. Something the three of you all have in common. And I'm, me and my sister, so I know what it's like growing up with just girls in the family. And my mom, my dad's probably like, wow. You all have 3 daughters. Is it cool to have, or do you get to bond over that? Because girls can be a lot, but we're a lot of fun.
Oh my God, I would not have it any other way. I can't speak for them, but for me, when we had our youngest, I was quietly terrified it was going to be a boy because I didn't know. We didn't know. And then, because I didn't know anything but girls. I grew up with boys, and it was like, I was constantly being thrown through walls when there was a perfectly good door 5 feet away. So, but Dwayne and Gal and we talk a lot about that. And there is a sort of a shared kind of experience there that is, I think, pretty, worth noting. And we love having our girls. Actually, Gal and our daughters, because we shot this movie during a pandemic, we were all in school pods together. So our kids and her kids, they all were in school together. It was great.
Maybe someone's got to throw a boy in there somehow. No,
No, we're all right.
we're good. I didn't want a brother. I'm like, thanks, Mom, for stopping. No, thank you for this. Congratulations. And everyone is so amazing, and it's always good to see you. So thank you so much.
You too, Sibley. Thank you very much. I'll see you
Thanks,
soon.
everybody.